While I believe in tarot for liberation, personal healing, and confirmation, tarot should not dictate your actions or future. My goal is to create inclusive interactive experiences that allow you to use your own natural intuition and heart to reflect on your life and create your own discerning path for healing and expansion. Please keep in mind that the only way to receive a tarot card reading with me is by your own actions by following the link in the description below. I will never contact or solicit you for a personal reading. Hi, my name is Cicely and I am an artist who reads under the name tarotraven. And welcome to my color alignment series. Today's color is orange. Orange can represent many things, but is often associated with warmth, enthusiasm, creativity, change, determination, expression, and fun. Often when perceived, the color can stimulate internal warmth, increased hunger, heightened mental activity, socialization, and creativity. Enhanced confident decision-making is also associated with the color orange. If you live in a climate like the one I live in, you may also fully associate color with autumn when the leaves turn bright orange and yellow colors, enhanced naturally by the angled sunlight that happens at that time of year in this part of the hemisphere. Depending on its hue and intensity, orange can be related to sensuality and passion, or aggression and deceit. Associated with the sacral chakra, which aligns sensuality, sexuality, pleasure, social ability, acceptance of others, and new experiences. In the pride flag, it represents healing. I definitely love the color orange. I feel absolutely the joy and warmth that it brings. And I think it too can be a very energizing, communicative color. Let me introduce you to the piles that I have pre-arranged for you today. We have pile number 1 with the Mexican fire opal. We have pile number 2 with the orange pen. Pile number 3 with the copper compact mirror. And pile number 4 with the tiger lily. Please calmly take a minute to think over which pile you're most intuitively drawn to. If you quiet your mind, it will be really easy to decide which pile you're the most curious about. Link below, I'll have timestamps that will take you directly to whichever pile you picked and lead you to your group's reading. I'll see you there. Bye. Hi, if you chose pile number 1 with the Mexican fire opal, then this is your group's reading. I pre-shuffled some cards that have a little bit of orange on their backs. So we're going to start with those. First, we're going to start with our tarot cards that look like this. You had kind of a lot fall out for you, so we're going to look at all of them. First and foremost, you have the King of Coins, the Queen of Swords. Oh my gosh, the Queen of Cups. What are the chances? The Emperor, Strength, the Eight of Wands, the Devil, and the King of Cups in reversed. Wow. I definitely shuffled these cards really well. What are the chances of getting 2 queens and both the Queen and the King of Cups? Okay, so let's get started with the King of Coins. I feel like you are the type of person who is really all about your monetary gain. The King of Coins is someone who is an authority in whatever they do. They're a leader. And they through their leadership, they bring abundance to other people. So perhaps you are someone who provides for other people, whether you identify as male or female. The king is that kind of, stereotypically masculine energy of the sort of go-getter, authoritative leader. And that's the energy that we're starting with you, all of my folks reading pile number 1. It does seem like you also have a lot of feminine energy too. So we got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Cups is the most the most nurturing of all of the queens. She's able to give you exactly the sort of emotional support you need and make you feel very seen. The Queen of Swords, on the other hand, is someone who will lead through her words and lead through an emphasis on what is true. She's the kind of leader that will suffer no fools and make things happen no matter what. So I kind of get the feeling that in your leadership, in your whatever role or job or actions you're taking right now, you're feeling maybe either conflict, or you're looking at balancing those two energies in your leadership. So I think that these are upright. So I'm feeling like you're probably doing a really good job, all of my group number 1 folks. So you can keep that in mind as we move forward into our reading, that you seem to be a very strong leader and you have a very balanced energy of both masculine and feminine, someone who suffers no fools but also is able to be kind and nurturing when they need to be. We do have the Emperor in reversed here, so I have this feeling that something in your activities is really kind of pulling you out of that authoritative energy. The Emperor is sort of like the ultimate father figure in the tarot deck. So I don't know if maybe you have a significant other that you have that is a father to your child, or if you are dealing with a person like that who does have kids or is a leader of some sort in their own right, but they're just sort of not living up to the hype, I guess. Like they're not really living up to the role that you see them as, or that you feel like they've presented that that's the role that they have. They're really not walking the walk, even if they're talking the talk. That kind of that old phrase, if you remember that, they're just not living up to the ideal, and it's sort of disappointing because you've been stepping up and doing that thing so easily. And I've been there myself. My folks watching group number 1. It's really disappointing when you feel like you're in partnership or working with someone who can do these things that you do so easily. You're like, oh, finally, I'll get to relax. And then you look around, and before you know it, you're showing them up in some way, and it's just not feeling good because you didn't come to show them up. You came to work with them. I totally understand my group ones. So, okay, I see that there are some bad habits that are over here with the devil. With it being upright, though, I feel like you are trying to overcome those things. You're trying to potentially identify what those bad habits are and get at the source of how they're stressing you out, or at least influencing the situation at hand. And you definitely have the strength of will. We pulled literally the strength card to see whatever you want to see happen. Also, too, with the Eight of Wands here, something is quickly changing. There's going to be a period of time with very clear, concise, and swift communication. That is almost always indicated by the Eight of Wands. A lot of forward momentum happening very quickly, even if you feel like it hasn't been. I'm getting with the King of Cups in reverse some form of disappointment. Again, maybe not with this particular person, but within yourself. Like you're able to rule in a way that brings abundance, and you are able to emotionally support people. But I'm wondering if you're struggling to tune into your emotional side and communicate that in your actions and your leadership. Maybe you're great at being there for other people emotionally, with a lot of emotional intelligence, but you're not necessarily that great at tuning into your own emotional desires and needs at some times. I'm not saying this is all the time, and again, take it how it resonates. Do not let me dictate how you're feeling. This is only if you are feeling that way. So I see some need for balancing that in your actions and in your relationships, in your relationship to the situation or person. Okay, so let's move on, and we're going to shuffle some cards from this deck with the yellow flowers. I'm back. This is a new, orange flowers because it's an orange reading. This is a new deck to me, so I will probably be using the book. Hopefully you don't judge me too much. Pile number ones, but I think that giving this reading with this deck with the orange flowers is going to help me learn the deck better. All right. And then we can learn together as we go. So we have ivy, very orange. Pimpernel. Ooh, I don't even know what kind of flower that is. Oak. Verbena. Clematis. Feverfew. We got hops. Maybe if I just move everybody up, you'll be able to see it a little better. It won't cut out. There you go, hops. I'll do that for everybody. Up. You. Since quite a few fell out for you, I wasn't expecting to put them all here. Bracken and ragwort. Okay. So let's start with feverfew. Something wanted is coming your way, and you'd be best advised to avoid it. Oh, something unwanted is coming your way, and you'd be best advised to avoid it. The bitterness of feverfew is enough to keep rats and other pests from the door, so learn from its defenses. Don't surrender your progress for the sake of being nice. Be ready to protect yourself in everything that you've worked for. Some things are worth a fight. Okay, what was I saying about something changing really quickly? And clematis. The clematis grows across any surface and is given the clematis grows across any surface it is given. Eager to rise and reach towards the blazing summer sun, its spiraling vines grab into any opportunity that appears, putting its flowers in the best position to drink in the rain and the warmth. This card symbolizes movement and momentum. Okay, more confirmation for the Eight of Wands. Verbena. Verbena is a plant of attraction, known for its ability to compel docility in animals and kindness in people. This card is a sign that you're in the perfect position to build some new and positive relationships. It's time to win over some new friends and widen your network. Oh, very cool. And 26. Hops. Walls, buildings, boulders, nothing stands in the way of a hops. The Romans called it the wolf among willows for its voracious, glaring habits. It is an explorer, as are you, moving swiftly over and around and the obstacles life throws your way. You are victorious, rising above odds. Now it's not the time to let anything slow you down. Ragworts. Okay, fly. Ragwort is seen as an invasive species by many, but is also the valuable soul food source for the striking cinnabar moth. You may have been feeling lately that what you have to offer does not fulfill what others want from you, but you have your own unique skill set to provide what others cannot. You may simply be growing in the wrong place, or it may be that the person who will value you above others has not appeared yet. Stay true to yourself and you will be feeling appreciated soon. Ivy. You're almost there, just a little further. Like the tenacious ivy vine, there's no height you can't reach in your journey to find the sun. And the climb might seem impossible at times, and occasionally you'll feel as though you're making no progress at all as walls and buildings block your path. But slow growth is still growth, and your achievements will be all the sweeter for how difficult the climb has been. Don't give up. Bracken, I hope you're enjoying hearing all of these random readings. I guess they're not random. They feel pretty connected to me, my pile ones. A popular ingredient in many magical rituals is fern seed, a mystical garden seed that appears when ferns magically flower at night on the summer solstice. The actual existence of a fern seed has never been proven, nor have ferns ever been seen to flower, but the magical reputation of the seed remains, as does the fern's mysterious secret. Take your cue from those who would wait an entire year for the seed's brief appearance. Exercising patience will benefit you most here. And Pimpernel, which I've never heard of. Pimpernel is also known as the shepherd's weather glass, as it can both tell the time of day and foretell incoming weather. Its petals always close up at noon and will always open again if it's due to be sunny. If rain is on its way, the flowers won't open at all. You find yourself in a position of not being certain which direction to take, but all the signs you need to make the right decision are there. You just need to trust in your ability to spot them. And then oak. Great oaks from little acorns grow. One of the mightiest trees we have, sacred to the gods of thunder, Zeus and Thor, starts life as a tiny seed filled with enormous promise. Acorns are a powerful but dormant source of potential. To look at one, it's hard to imagine what it could grow into. From this, we can learn an important lesson to remain humble even in the knowledge of our capacity for greatness. Others will notice this and appreciate your modesty. Okay, my pile ones. I'm really sensing that you are a super powerful person and you have been doing a lot to fit yourself into whatever the situation is. Along the way, I feel like you've run into people who are kind of not on your level and holding you back a little bit. But there are some changes coming here in the sense if you are able to take some time to work through your bad habits, I think that you'll be able to change the situation for the better. Um, there is a giant horsefly in here. I don't really believe in killing them, so I'm just trying to wait it out till I can scoot it outside. So I apologize if it flies through your reading too many times. It's not a sign, I swear. It's just a sign that I have my door open. Okay, so my pile number ones, I think that there are some changes that are coming for you very quickly, and you are going to have to hold steadfast in your own values and beliefs so that you can kind of ride these changes. I'm going to go into the other pre-shuffled cards I had for you. I have Passion, which is also the orange sacral, which is also, also the orange chakra or the solar plexus chakra. Let me look that up because I'm not sure. Even though I'm doing this whole series that's loosely based off chakras, you'd think I'd remember, but mostly I just have it written down. Okay, I was right the first time. You got the orange chakra, the sacral chakra, which is very confirming because you are reading this reading, which is all about alignment. And that is the color that we are on. You got the red chakra with microcosm, which is the root chakra. You got forgive, strength, and oh wow, the blue chakra, truth. Wow, that's really amazing. What are the coincidence? What is the chance that you would get all three of these chakras? So that makes me wonder if you should check out the blue or red reading when they come out, if they're out already. Go ahead and click and check those out to see if there's any healing messages there for you that you need to align. But in a broader sense, what I'm guessing about the situation as it has something to do with your sensuality as a person, my group number 3s, whether that's in that adult energy type way, or if it's just in the way of you needing to get out and explore your senses with your senses. Like maybe you need to, I don't know, put yourself out there in a more vulnerable way. I mean, I was talking about that earlier. But also too, maybe you need to tune into what your body is trying to tell you about this whole situation. And if it is adult energy and you are an adult, maybe that is something that you should be exploring as well. With the blue chakra, I think that I want to just reiterate what I said earlier about communicating more. What are the ways that you are feeling? Like, what is the intuitive sort of inside your own head feelings that you get? Like, you're definitely great. I'm getting the gist that you're definitely great at supporting other people with your emotional intelligence, but you're not really expressing the way that you are emotionally feeling or experiencing the situation. So the truth is encouraging you to do that. Definitely exploring your passions and senses, speaking more of how you feel. Microcosm has a way, is all about getting grounded with yourself. What are the smallest little things that are here that can connect with you feeling more stable? So we have strength right under the strength card. So that's just further confirmation that the people watching group number 1 are definitely strong individuals with a strong personality. Sometimes when we have a really strong personality, we may not be so easy to forgive those that have made us feel off balance. And I was getting the sense that this emperor is a person. So I just want to encourage you a little bit to look into, what do you need to forgive here? Like, is it yourself, and even if you forgive this person, I'm not saying that you should let them do whatever, or continue to put up with their behavior, how they were acting. And I know you're on my level because you got the Queen of Swords and you're not a person who suffers fools, my group number 1 folks. But forgiveness is, we know that it's for ourselves. You forgive not that person and let them off the hook, but you forgive what happened and you let it go so that you can move on, my friends. Okay, let's move on to this deck, which has a little orange here. We're going to get some more words to close out our reading. I hope that all of these, the definition of all of the herbs kind of helped you out. I am getting I feel like it gave us a lot of extra confirmation of what we saw in the tarot cards, that of your strength, and there's change coming to the situation, and you will have to make some moves and express yourself. Okay, so in touch with the senses, warmth, and all things orange. What can you say for our pile number 1, folks? All right. So at the bottom of the deck, we have, I am discerning. I love myself enough to say no to people and situations that don't serve my highest good. I am discerning. That's right. We need to speak up more for ourselves, my group number 1 folks. Use that throat chakra. I am love. I may not have always made the right choices, but I did my best. I have so much love to give, and everyone around me can feel it. I am given a clean slate every single day to be the best version of me that I can be. I am forgiven. I am love. If this is a romantic situation, my group number 1 folks, and I know it might not be for all of you, but it does seem like that's definitely coming through for some of you with the orange sacral chakra, and also I am love being here. I think that sometimes we love things and it just doesn't work out how it could or should, or we hoped it would. So I didn't mean to rhyme there, but it did. And I've been there where I've just thought, like, what's wrong with me? What did I do? Why isn't this working? I know there's something about me I should change. And that's not usually the case. Usually, the heart falls in love and it's proof that you're human, and it's always a good thing. And just remember, my group number one, folks, that if you're not out there falling in love, if you're not feeling passion in life, are you really living? You know, like that's what life is for, even if it hurts sometimes. I am free. I release myself from the thoughts and feelings that have held me back. Any guilt, shame, embarrassment, and self-doubt and fear that I harbor, I release today. I am free. I am resilient. If my mood wavers, it doesn't stay that way permanently. I allow myself to feel my feelings until I can refocus my thoughts on the positive. I do not judge myself for being human. I am resilient. What did I say? My group number one, folks. So I love these colors that came up for us because we both have orange, blue, and we have a little bit of this like lavender color. So I definitely would recommend that you check out those other readings based on those colors to see if there's any things that resonate for you. But I really appreciate you joining me for our reading today. I hope that it resonated for you. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye. If you chose group number 2 with the orange pen, then this is your group's reading. I pre-shuffled a few cards for you, some oracle cards here and some tarot cards here. We're going to get started with your tarot cards. First, we have the 3 of Swords reversed. We have Justice upright. We have the 7 of Coins upright. With the 3 of Swords reversed, it sounds like my pile 2 folks are getting over some sort of heartbreak that recently came into their life. Not sure what happened. I mean, obviously, you're not in front of me to tell me, but it sounds like it had something to do with getting more in balance with yourself. And whatever this was, it felt like whatever happened was a little bit of an injustice. Injustice has been coming into the situation to balance out what happened. So I'm so sorry whatever happened to you guys. I'm glad that you're healing from it and that things are regaining balance in your life. The 7 of Coins is the gradual culmination of an event that that effort has been put into, as just like a garden. When you tend to it over time, it may not be very glamorous, but eventually you will get a garden. So this is all about what hard work, what investments are you putting in and where. So did you decide to create a garden and you're planning out what the seeds are? That's sort of the 7 of Coins time, where you're looking to what will bring you the outcome you want and what hard work do you need to put in. I apologize for the fly. He seems to really like my area over here. But I had my door open earlier, so a few flies got in. It is the summertime in July, where the last lilies were coming in. So I just had to go for this orange reading because tiger lilies are my favorite. With your oracle deck, we have the card for joy and also some of yellow solar plexus chakra energy. And we have emotion, which is the sacral chakra, which is what we are focusing on in the reading today, which is a pretty great coincidence. So my pile number 2 is, if you did not check out the yellow reading, which was all about how can I move towards more joy and harmony, maybe you should check that one out too. Maybe there might be some messages there for you. But I'm seeing in this situation that you are making those steps right now to move towards having more joy in your life. You are definitely expressing your emotions over the situation, and that is helping you regain balance in your life and see where your next investments need to be. Okay, let's pull some more cards. I have this deck with the orange flowers on the back. It is all about herbs, and we will be learning this deck alongside each other today because it is new to me. Okay, a bunch fell out all at once. So I'll be reading for the book on, I think that sometimes it's really nice to be transparent with you guys and learn along with you instead of having it all figured out before I get here. Okay, so I'm only going to take upright, not reversed, chickweed, Ooh. Oleander, belladonna, henbane, birch, and the Libra in me wants to pick one more from the bottom so that it's even. We got cornflower. Oh. So I'm seeing quite a bit of blue in these herbs. Cornflower is definitely featured in the indigo video that I did, in case you haven't seen it. Sorry, I'll stop plugging my other videos. Let's read your things. So number 1 is birch. In Irish communities, the traditional winter Yule log is cut from a birch tree. A broom of birch twigs is used to brush out the dust of the old year and bring in the new oh my gosh, and bring in the new, and household fires are doused with and then relit from the central Yule fire to bring the community together. You are facing a new beginning, but do not embark upon this future alone. You will have a stronger start if you rely on friends, family, or colleagues to support you through your first steps. Do not fear removing what is past its use. All right. So definitely some of that healing from heartbreak, and perhaps it brought a lot of change into your life. My group number 2s. Number 9, chickweed. In Japan, chickweed is seen as lucky. We're doing this one. And it is included in a dish prepared for the festival of, I might not pronounce this correctly, Nanakusa Nusuku, the festival of 7 herbs. Chickweed and other herbs are gathered on the morning of July 7th and prepared whilst reciting a prayer for good luck. New growth is fast to appear at the beginning of spring, and the first green leaves are a good omen of things to come. A period of waiting is over. Results are starting to appear. Fortune's blessings will soon be yours. And I think that's definitely reconfirming that you all are moving more towards a state of balance, and that justice has been showing itself for you. And I'm so happy for that. That seems like what you guys definitely deserve. So cornflower, which is here. When cornflowers grow more commonly amongst agricultural crops, they were considered weeds. But the farmers whose sickles were blunted by their thick stems weeds by the farmers whose sickles were blunted by their thick stems. But it was a field of those weeds that hid Queen Louis of Prussia and her children when they fled from Berlin, and kept them entertained in their weaving of crowns from the flowers. A situation or idea may seem unimportant, but even weeds can be a treasure in disguise. Don't dismiss them. Take the time to find their true value. Okay. And 20. Belladonna. Belladonna is a card of inevitability and sacrifice. There is a conflict inside you, making it difficult to focus on the task at hand. Okay. And last but not least, Erlander. Or Leander. A Louisiana servant thought that she could win favor by sickening her employees with a cake of Oleander and then nursing them back to health. Unfortunately, she accidentally murdered them instead. Learning from her story and thinking your plans through fully before enacting them, you may think you can come out on top by acting the hero in a situation that you sabotage. But stop for a moment and question whether you should. Things can go wrong in ways that you may not have expected. Okay, well, that one feels like a little bit different message. And I'm wondering if perhaps whatever heartbreak this was, there's something that you're thinking about doing to balance it out yourself. That I think the card is just cautioning you not to do. I'm not saying that you're going to be planning what to do with the servant did or anything like that. But sometimes when things are really hard and an injustice happens, it can be really easy to think of things that we want to do to rectify the situation that might be a little bit extreme. And I just want to remind you that so often when people do things that are not right to us, the world has a way of bringing them justice without us. And you may not even be noticing this justice happening without you. And you don't need to do anything. My group number 2 is to make that happen. Okay, I'm going to pull some cards for you from the Grief Companion. So it seems like something has recently broken your heart, and it was a little bit, it seems, I'm getting the vibe that it was a little bit intense, and I'm so sorry for whatever happened. But I recently also, not so long ago, I lost my cat. He had to be put down. And it was extremely hard. And I recognized that we don't really have a lot of cards in tarot to address grief and recovery from loss. So I bought this and I wanted to pull cards from it if I saw that sort of message come up in my readings, because it is arranged really well in the visible spectrum. So I'm going to pull from the orange section right here, since this is what we're on. I'm just going to close my eyes and pull a card. And it looks like you got more than one. You got 3, actually. So I'm going to do a little bit more reading for you, so bear with me. We get an insight. Dance with the limp. You will lose someone you can't live without, and your heart will be badly broken. And the bad news is that you will never completely get over your loss of your beloved, but that is also the good news. Their life forever in your broken heart that doesn't seal back up. They live forever in your broken heart that doesn't seal back up. And you come through. And you come through. It's like having a broken leg that never heals perfectly. That still hurts when the weather gets cold, but you learn to dance with the limp. I'm laughing because I broke my leg and I definitely dance with a limp. If this isn't like an actual person that you lost, I know that's only going to resonate for some of you. It can also be interpreted like, whatever change came out of the situation, even though maybe there were a lot of great times that you have and you missed, or like the situation was really amazing at some point in time before it started to hurt or your heart started to break. The good thing about all of those changes is that those good moments are going to stay with you forever. Even if you really decide that you don't want to be dealing with that person, place, or thing anymore, you can always carry the parts that were good with you. Okay, next. Little things list. Everyone we love has a combination of traits and habits that knit together to create their own personality. It can be really nice to remember all the quirks that made your person your person. Write a list of all the weird things that you miss or are reminded of. Their laugh, their favorite chair, the way they fall asleep, and the fact that they always interrupted you during movies. Add to your list whatever you think of new things in time. This list can bring you joy. So if this isn't a person, we can definitely reinterpret it. If it is a person that you lost, but they are still with us, like a breakup or something like that, I think it is a good thing to write down a list of all the things that brought you joy about that person and the things that they reinforced in you positively. Like maybe they were always telling you that you were beautiful or things like that. But then also definitely keep a list of why things couldn't go on the way that they did, if you had to move on from that connection to balance out that activity. And if it's a place or something like that, you can list the things that brought you joy about that place and also why we had to move on from that place. let's see, or if it's not relating to memories that you had at all, you can definitely make a list of things that bring you joy. We did have joy at the top of it. And then I think, like, people used to make bucket lists. I don't think it should be all the things you want to do while you're still in the world, but what are the things that you could do this week or next week that really bring you joy? What are some things that you think will bring you joy that you never tried before? And write those things down. Make a little list of that. Okay, and so we have shared joy. Doing something you shared joy together can be difficult at first, but the joy and connection it brings over time is often worth the uncomfortable push to start again. Do something that you both found joy in. What was I saying? My group number twos. Did you both like cooking? Make a dish that they would love. Did you both love the outdoors? Go for a hike. Were you both into mystery novels? Start a new book from your favorite series. And again, if this isn't between you and another person, definitely just write down some things that you think will bring you joy individually and start to do those things. Go on a day with yourself, take yourself hiking or on a nature walk. I feel like hiking is like running up mountains and trails. It's not exactly the most relaxing thing, but I think nature walks, what a lot of us refer to as hikes, are definitely the whip. So why don't you try that out? So I'm going to pull from this deck here with the orange in the center, and this is going to give us some advice, affirmations to move forward. So affirmations for, I feel like this pile is all about healing. Affirmations for healing, sensuality, and all things orange. Whoa, okay. I'm gonna get that card in a second. Healing, sensuality, and all things orange. Come on. Well, let's take that. So we have two. I am focused. I am focused on achieving my goals through deliberate actions. I take time to feel how it would feel to achieve my dreams. I visualize my desires through a lens of love and happiness. I am focused. I am capable. Obstacles are only as large as I believe them to be. I can achieve anything I desire with comfort and ease. I have all the necessary tools to reach my goals. When I lead with positivity and love, helpful people show up to aid my endeavors. I am capable. And at the bottom of the deck, I am a creator. Everything around me began as a thought. My clothes, my home, even the roads I drive on were once just thoughts. When I take the time to contemplate my surroundings, I grasp all the thoughts that took place to create the world. Likewise, my thoughts have created things. My thoughts have created my actions, therefore create my life. And I know it. Therefore, I strive to think about my desires optimistically. I am a creator. Okay, my group number two is just remember that in tough times, it is totally fine to lean on your support network or, random people that show themselves in different ways to be helpful to you. I think that we really don't appreciate that as much, how when we need help, people will show up out of the woodwork to help us, even if it's not the people we wanted to or the people we expect. Maybe it's a stranger at the supermarket or that person at the gym that you go to all the time randomly asks you about your story and decides that they want to be helpful to you. Even just hearing that sometimes, my group number two folks, can be a beautiful thing. I really wish you all the luck on your healing journey. I know that you can get there because you seem to be a very powerful, focused person. Yeah, definitely remember to feel those emotions and you will start to create what you want in this world. Yeah, justice is here to balance you out. And I think with a little bit of time to yourself, you will start to see more joy in your life. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope that you have a lovely day. Thank you so much. Bye. Hi. If you chose the copper compact mirror and pile number 3, this is your group's reading. Let's get started with these pre-shuffle cards that have a little bit of orange on their backs. We're going to start with these tarot cards. So first you have the Page of Coins in reversed, and then you have the Seven of Wands upright, the Three of Wands reversed, oh, just one, and the Six of Swords. Okay, the Page of Coins in reverse gives me the impression that you are sort of trying to sit and not learn very many new things. You're trying to sit in the place of knowledge that you've gained recently, and I think revel in that, or kind of let it sit with you a little bit more. With the Six of Swords, it seems like you recently accomplished something and have been getting recognition for that in your broader community. The Three of Wands reversed gives me the impression that you're not really thinking about where to expand in the future. And that's totally fine. Like, it sounds like you're trying to sit with what you've just done, not really push forward too much at this moment. But the Seven of Wands, on the other hand, is all about sort of being afraid of something, but doing it anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway is what I like to think of the Seven of Wands being. So perhaps this newfound recognition is a little daunting to you, or having accomplished something, you sort of want to, I'm guessing, like, pursue a period of downtime or sitting with what happened. But you might know that there's some expansion that is coming for you, and so these cards are urging you to kind of go for it. So on the other cards that I pre-shuffled, I have Motivate and Worthy. Okay, so some of my folks watching group number 3, I'm guessing that you do something that involves their voice, or something that inspires others through your words. Maybe you're a writer or a speaker or a teacher of some sort. Also, the blue in that card is no accident. It definitely is signifying the blue sacral chakra or the throat chakra. And that's further making me think that you are a type of person who easily motivates people with your words. Maybe it's not part of your work, but you are just someone who has that gift that when you talk, people really listen. Worthy makes me think that you might be struggling a little bit with feelings of worthiness. And maybe that's one of the reasons that you're holding back from your expansion or embracing your success right now. Okay, I'm going to shuffle some cards from this deck with the orange flowers on the back. We are going to learn this deck together, my group number 3s. It's sort of new to me, and I don't know it that well. Sometimes I like to just bring you very polished readings where I know everything all about the cards and it's really easy for me to read, but I think there's something to the transparency of us learning it together. So we'll be using the book and looking at the meanings and how they relate to the cards we've already drawn. So healing, sensuality, and all things orange for my group number 3s. We get one more card. Okay, this one. Blackthorn. Let me put that down. Lily of the Valley. Beautiful. Jasmine. And I'm only going to read them outright. We have Bramble. So let's start with 2 Lily of the Valley right here. And I love this little copper bowl. Also, I included copper in the orange reading, so it is an orange metal, but full of water. So there's some blue signifier, like our blue throat chakra. our motivate star. The leaf of the valley blooms at the same time as the nightingale returns to its yearly migration. From its yearly migration, legend claims that this is because the lily fell in love with the nightingale's beautiful song. But with the lily too shy to confess its feelings, the nightingale is none the wiser and leaves each year for warmer climates. Don't let your reservations hold you back, or you might find that an opportunity is gone before you have the chance to take it. There is courage in being bold, and others will know what you want once you find the strength to say it. Oh my gosh, how does that resonate, my group number threes? I definitely did not pre-pick these cards, so um, I so maybe like this card is suggesting that if you do take your Seven of Wands action and feel afraid and do it anyway, when you share yourself and you share your words, people will feel motivated and inspired by that. And that's why we got the motivate card. Okay, number 10, Jasmine. Let's do that next. You've taken some good initial steps on your journey, but you're starting to flounder. Perhaps you feel as though you could have set out on a different direction, or others are calling you foolish for doing things the wrong way. But you chose this path for a reason. Jasmine always grows exactly where it means to, and so do you. You know exactly where you are going and why. Don't let your doubts or the scorn of others make you question yourself. Okay, well, that's just pretty clear. I don't need to interpret that. And let's do 40, Blackthorn. You know where you're going, you've got a plan in place, and everything feels like it's on course. But with the appearance of Blackthorn comes icy hailstorms. Closely linked to Kaliak, goddess of winter, the Blackthorn is a tree of strife that has a different idea of what's best for you. An unexpected change is coming your way, ready to interrupt even the best laid plans. Stay on your feet and be ready to react quickly. One wrong step will see you swept away, but if you're canny and heed this warning, you may still come out on top. I definitely don't want you to like get scared by some of the language. Like, I'm not trying to put out in the world that something will throw you off balance, but I think it is saying that something is coming your way that you'll need to take advantage of. You can never be too prepared for the next curveball. This is Bramble. Even if things seem to be going well right now, take a moment to consider what pitfalls might lie ahead and how things can go wrong. Now, even in the worst case scenario, you'll be ready to catch yourself before you fall, just like the bramble always protects itself against disaster. So too will you be safe from the worst of the fallout. Okay, so I think maybe perhaps instead of it kind of signifying that a curveball is coming your way, I think that you are anticipating that, or you are afraid of that. I think you are being like the bramble and you're like, what could go wrong? What's the worst case scenario? And you're sitting in that feeling in this situation where you've just finished something. Instead of looking for your expansion and what your next step is, you're trying to plan it out minutely because you want to protect yourself from what could happen. I get the sense though, my group number 3 folks, that you might be doing that as a way to protect yourself from trying. Like it might be something that is, sometimes I've been there, and that's why I'm saying it this way. Like sometimes perfectionism and thinking about what could happen or how it should be or what it might look like, it can be a good excuse to not actually do anything. In particular, it's a way to protect yourself from getting hurt. But it sounds like my group number 3 is that if you did like the Seven of Wands and you did it anyway, that great things will actually happen. So I don't really know what this situation you're thinking about right now is. Actually, I kind of want to draw another tarot card to let me know what is this situation my group number 3s might expand to. if they do act, what situation might be coming for them? I'm just so curious. I need to know. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, there are a lot of cards here, but let's explore them. The Nine of Coins. So this is a situation where it's the gradual culmination of something that you put time and energy into. So like a garden, you have to very not so glamorously put time and attention and water and weed, and then eventually you'll get beautiful flowers and fruits. So that's further indicating that this will be a really good outcome for you once you invest in it. The Queen of Coins, I don't know if that's maybe like some love on the horizon, or I don't know, maybe like a way that will secure, that bag, like bring you some abundance. We got the King of Wands, something that will give you a lot of authority. We got the Two of Coins, partnership of some sort. The Hierophant, like but more learning, the Fool, a new journey. I don't know, my pile number 3 is, this looks incredibly positive. So I think that's some more confirmation of what I was thinking originally, that this is perhaps something you should go for. Okay, let's get some affirmations to close out our reading. I'm going to pull from this deck that has the orange in the middle here. And we're going to hear some affirmations for healing, sensuality, and all things orange for the folks watching group number 3. So at the bottom of the deck we have, I am connected. I have more in common with others than I realize. I seek commonality with people rather than focusing outward on differences. I am connected. Oh, wow. And I feel like, that recognition you're getting with the Six of Wands from your community could be speaking to that. Like maybe you're feeling a disconnect at the moment through that activity. I am whole. I am perfectly created. I am a wonderfully unique individual. Every lesson I have learned, every risk I have taken, and every achievement I have made contributed to who I am. Because of that, I am whole. Oh, wow. And another blue card. So maybe, like I was saying earlier, since you got the blue chakra color, maybe you should check out the blue alignment series, because there's definitely a lot of blue here. I am receptive. I am open to new ideas. I am willing to try different methods, and I consider alternative viewpoints. I welcome intellectual stimulation. I am receptive. All right, well, there you have it. My pile number 3 is, I really hope that you go for this new opportunity. I think it's going to bring so much value to your life. It's going to be so exciting. And I'm so happy for your recent accomplishment and your finishing of something. You sound like a really interesting, powerful person, and I can't wait for you to motivate others through your words. I hope you have a great day. Bye. Hi, if you chose group number 3 with the lily, then this is your group's reading, and we are definitely twinning pile number 4. I'm going to start off with these cards that I pre-shuffled for you. I'm going to start with these tarot cards. We have the 10 of Coins in reverse. Since there's just 2, so I'll put one there. And the Tower upright. So my group number 4, folks, the Tower is, I think, one of those cards that people don't like to see, but I think it's always a great opportunity in our life to make some changes for the better. The tower speaks to traditionally this building that was built on a faulty foundation. And just like that building, we can sometimes build a lot of our beliefs and structures in our life off of faulty thinking and automatic thoughts that were given to us by maybe other people, like our parents and our upbringing. The Ten of Coins reverse shows me that you're thinking about removing investment from something, whether that's a long-term relationship, a family dynamic, a place, a job. You're really thinking that this is no longer something that suits you and you need to move your investment and your time to something different. In these cards that have the little honeybee orange spots, we have Journey, which isn't that the Ouroboros? I don't know if I'm saying that right. So please leave a comment below letting me know what it is. But the snake that eats itself, which is a symbol of cyclicalness. And this is, a microcosm with the purple chakra, which is the crown chakra. So perhaps this group would benefit from looking at the purple reading, since it is all about everything purple, violet, and crown chakra related, and a lot about self-healing, which I get the vibe that this is something that you are going for by changing where your energy is invested. Microcosm is really tiny things that add up, and so I'm wondering if there's just a lot of things around you or a lot of things in the situation that are affecting your higher understanding. For better or for worse, your higher understanding could be just getting to this place of knowing that it's not for you at the moment. And that's, even though sometimes it really sucks, it's always a good thing to know that about ourselves. Journey, definitely feeling like there's a bigger cycle that's going on in your life. And while you might be feeling kind of at the bottom of it, or feeling like it's something you're about to jump into, you know that it's going to have a longer tail than you expected. My group number 4s, it will take us some time. It will be a journey. And I think, everybody loves an epic. If you're out there going, not a journey, sometimes we learn, journeys are there for us to grow, for us to learn so much. Everyone loves a good story. Everyone loves a good journey. Even if it is a little bit hard to go through at the moment, you will thank yourself for trying when you're done with it, I promise. So we're going to pull some cards from this deck with the orange flowers. And my group number 4s, we are going to learn this deck together since it is a little bit new to me. It is all about herbs and has beautiful images of them. Herbs and plants and nature and the forest. And I'm only going to be taking them upright. I know sometimes we want to show the decks that we know really well so that the reading can go really fast and we're not having to dig into anything. But I think there is something to you guys learning alongside me. So here you go. We got ragworts. I'm gonna put that right in the middle. It's so orange. It fits right in. Okay, healing, sensuality, and all things orange. For my pile number 4s. Okay. We got, ooh, this was so pretty. Tulip. And a very red colored reading. Cherry, also orange. Sorry, I'm struggling to put them out the right way. Bracken and the sickle. Oh. Okay, I just love these cards. They're so beautiful. So if you see me going, ooh, that's just because I think they're so pretty. All right, let's start with the sickle. Let's start with bracken right here. A popular ingredient in many magical rituals is fern seed, a mystical golden seed that appears when ferns magically flower at midnight on their summer solstice. The actual existence of fern seeds has never been proven, nor have ferns ever been seen to flower, but the magical reputation, hi Jola, of the seed remains, as does the fern's mysterious secret. Take your cue from those who would wait an entire year for the seed's brief appearance. Exercising patience will benefit you most here. The one ingredient you need to succeed in your goals may not come immediately, but rushing after it will not get you anywhere either. Okay, patience. Also, it does sound like a really epic journey to find that fern seed. Let's move on to cherry over here. Cherries are one of the earliest trees to bloom and one of the first to produce fully ripened fruit. With laden branches throughout the year, it's truly a symbol of productivity and abundance. Now is the time to engage in your own season of productivity. Even if others are at rest, the circumstances have all come together to provide the perfect setting for addressing tasks you've been putting off lately. And number 14. I think that honestly, the task for you is an internal one of where to put your attention, where to put your time and investment, and what foundational beliefs and ideas are no longer serving you, like we saw in the tower. So let's move on to tulip. Tulips are full of boundless, unstoppable energy, full of color, creativity, and life. They're not slow or careful like the rest of the plant world. They're all about growing. In the 1600s, tulips caused one of the greatest cases of buying mania in history, with some varieties so sought after that a single bulb could sell for 2,500 florins, the equivalent of $150,000 today. Embrace the shameless, flamboyant vibrance of the flower, and don't be afraid to put your stamp on the world. Yeah, I guess my cat agrees. Be yourself, express yourself, make the art you want to make. Now is the time to turn life into what you want it to be. Oh yeah, more confirmation that you are changing your life, my group number 4s. Yeah. Let's move on to ragworts. However you're doing that through your foundational beliefs or through taking your investments new places, it sounds like you are going on a life change journey for sure. Ragwort is seen as an invasive weed by many, but is also the valuable soul food source for the striking cinnabar moth. You may have been feeling lately that what you have to offer does not fulfill what others want from you, but you have your own unique skill set to provide which others cannot. You may simply be growing in the wrong place, or it may be that the person who will value above others has not appeared yet. Stay true to yourself, and you will be feeling more appreciated soon. Sorry. And the sickle. Okay, I don't know if I really need to clarify that one, you guys, but it does sound like that's definitely related to you wanting to invest in different things. Perhaps those things that you've been investing in, you don't feel appreciated, or they are. Hi. Or they haven't been giving you the sort of respect and admiration that you thought you would from the situation. Okay, we're moving on to sickle. You've done it. This card represents finality and endings. All of your hard work has come to fruition, and now it's time to reap the rewards. The sickle is a tool for harvesting, a link between your body and the bounty you have worked for through your own expansion. Your harvest is gathered, your loose ends tied off, and you can draw a deep breath knowing you've earned every moment of this. And just around the corner, the next spark of inspiration awaits. All right, my group number 4s. I think that means that when you do make these changes to yourself and to where your energy is going, you are going to feel like you've come so full circle. You're going to feel so inspired by your actions, and you're going to feel like you fit in the place that you're going to feel like you found better places for yourself and for your energy. So I don't want you to take this as like, whatever you're thinking of leaving behind, me telling you you should, but I think that the changes that you feel your intuition is drawing you to make are probably that your intuition is telling you that for a reason, and perhaps it's worth investigating. But those decisions are yours, not mine. Please do not let me make those decisions for you. These readings are just for confirmation, not to tell you what you don't already know. All right, so we're going to move on to getting some affirmations from this deck with the orange in the center here to finish out our readings. I feel like this has probably been kind of a hard time for you, but I'm also very sort of excited for where this journey is going to lead you. Well, at least I can be excited if you're not. Okay, we've got, I am grateful. I realize that what is right about my life outnumbers what I perceive to be wrong about my life. I choose to focus on what makes me feel good. I am grateful. I am free. I release myself from thoughts and feelings that have held me back. Any guilt, shame, embarrassment, self-doubt, and fear that I harbor, I release today. I am free. And I feel like I want to give you one more. I am resilient. If my mood wavers, it doesn't stay that way permanently. I allow myself to feel my feelings until I can refocus my thoughts on the positive. I do not judge myself for being human. I am resilient. Well, there you have it, my group number 4s. I feel like, even in the worst situations like breakups and divorce, we can always thank that person for letting us go, that person or people for letting us go and allowing us our freedom. And whatever does happen to us, remember that you're resilient. Frida Kahlo said, in life, you can endure so much more than you ever thought you would. And it's so true. Resiliency is a part of the human experience. Hi. Hi. And I just want to encourage you that you are resilient. You are resilient and you can make it through whatever this is. The practice of gratitude, being grateful for the things that are good about your life, is always going to bring you the best results in whatever you're doing. I don't want you to feel like I'm just saying, just be grateful, it'll all work out. Like, I'm not trying to promote that sort of, unhinged, overly positive, not actually looking at the realism of the situation. But I do think that focusing on what you're grateful for will help you. It does help us all when we're going through whatever we're going through. Just remembering that all the things that you've accomplished and all the things that you've done have been, beautiful and part of your life's journey, and something to be wonderfully grateful for every day. At least that's what I think to myself. So thank you so much for letting me read for you, my group number 4 folks. I hope you have a great night. Oh, and my cat also has something to say to you too, I guess. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.